Hello and good evening, and welcome to another episode of GMK Merlin. Tonight is usually porting via ports, in which I get a board into QMK or add via support, but we'll do that too. But tonight will be a little different. Let's say, as always, first thing to do is, what am I drinking tonight? What is Merlin drinking? Let's turn on some music to put us in the right mood here. Here goes. And yeah, you guys might notice a little something different with my setup. Hopefully you guys like it. Here we go. Yeah, I finally have an overhead cam. Well, I've always had like an overhead cam. Always had an overhead cam, but this one's a little more stable than my other ones actually. So hopefully this one stays put. For those of you guys who are interested in camera details, that is an A6300, a Sony A6300. I'm using a 35mm or a 50mm equivalent lens. I'm realizing that my ceiling isn't quite high enough to avoid fisheye on the corners, so I may have to swap lenses in the near future. We'll see. But for now, we are drinking some rosé. It's the same rosé I've had on the show several times in the past. Yellowtail rosé from Down Under. Right there. Let's see, who's here tonight anyway? I see a Xenophobia, I see a Lala Island, and a Chonk Slayer. Oh my, what pink is that keyboard? It is a very pink keyboard indeed. Let's see, let's start with the keyboard first. I guess it looks good having the pink keyboard and the rosé right next to each other like that. Check it out. This is a tofu, a magenta tofu that I got 2 months ago, I think. It's running a plain 60C PCB with a white aluminum plate courtesy of Yanfali, and a JTK Angel set. JTK is the cheaper version of GMK. By cheap, here, let me show you why it's so cheap. There, I'll give you guys a few seconds just to look at that. Right there. Look at that. You guys notice anything different about these legends? I see a real B goat has followed, and Kubachek has followed as well. Thanks, guys. Right here, I'll go point it out. Notice how the Z, the X, and the C, the legends are so much thicker than everything else. I've actually never seen this on another JTK set. It might just be this particular one. Yeah, Lala Island says, is that like a Cerakote or something? No, this was a in-stock color provided by KBD fans. Yeah. Yeah, this is running lubed Gateron yellows. This is actually my quote-unquote, what do you call this? This is the board that I compare builds to. It's my reference build. Basically built it with the most common of components, and everything I do, I compare it to this. The thickness of the font is funky. Yeah, for sure, man. I actually just got this set today, but I've had this board built for quite some time. So if you guys follow me on the Instagrams, you may have noticed that I've recently received quite a few items in the mail. First and foremost, you guys might have heard of Keyboss. Keyboss is a keyboard store. Well, I guess he's not really a keyboard store, but he's located here in Washington. For the longest time, I've been using the TYL Labs switch opener like this, and they're a bit tight when it comes to alpacas and creams, but for everything else, they're fine. So I figured out that since Keyboss was here, I figured I'd buy one from him. These are about 21 bucks, and since he's here in Washington, it got to me literally the day he shipped. Right there, this, I've tested it with some alpacas and with inks, They open super easily here. Let's see if I can do a quick demo. There it is. Really, really quick. Whereas if I were to do the same with the TYL, to make sure each side is firmly pressed in place before I can even take it apart. And even then, I can't even do it properly. So it takes some time with the TYL. So I think going forward with all my other switch jobs, my lube jobs, I will be using the Keyboss. Lala Island says, friend has the same set. Been using a 3D printed one for a while. I should get a nice metal one. Yeah. They're all good. They're all fine. See, Lake Boredom has followed. Thanks, man. Cool. All right, let's see. What's next? What's next? Let's talk about the ID80. So the ID80 is a 75% board. It's a very, very cheap 75% board. I believe when this went up on drop, it was like 120 bucks. It was also available on AliExpress. So Yanfali and I actually went and grabbed our own. So we combined our orders in the hope that it would, come faster and we would save shipping. Neither of those happened. In fact, I only received one unit when I'm supposed to receive his maybe sometime tomorrow, sometime this week. So hopefully it shows up. But yeah, the kit comes with a nice USB-C cable, some PCB mounted stabilizers. Don't know if they are actually cherry or not. And I'm realizing now that with the camera up above, it's so much easier to show you guys what I'm doing, because before with the camera this way, I'd have to like take this and tilt it. It's so much nicer. Comes with screws. These almost look like stabilizer screws, but I know they're not. They are like case screws of sorts. Go. Comes with a nice hot swap PCB. Kubachek, thanks for joining in. Doing some unboxings here. Look at that. Look at all those hot swap sockets and RGB underglow. It's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 underglow RGBs. That all hot swaps, and interesting, it seems to have additional places to put the RGB underglow on here. I'll have to find some of those. It's got a USB-C port right there. So does it have ESD protection? No, it does not. Surprise, surprise. Oh well. See any other notable marks? Reset button right there. At Mega32U4 microcontroller. I will not be putting this into QMK or VIA because it's already been done. Alpha4512 says it uses the E7V1 PCB. Ah. I've heard those rumors myself. How do you tell if it's got ESD? Usually there is a chip that protects the USB line, and I'm not seeing that chip anywhere here. It's usually like a small black 4-pin chip. Believe it or not, those things are only worth like, what, 25 cents? But it will save you a whole world of hurt. Here we go. This is the ID80. As you can see, it is a 75% with the arrow key separated out. Function row also separated out along with the nav cluster right there. I think this is a very good layout, to be honest. This is not the first time that I've unboxed it. I actually unboxed it earlier just to check for scratches. And compared to a KBD75 or even an XD84 from KP Republic, this is lighter than either of those. This is probably like the lightest 75% I have ever bought. So we shall see how it goes once I've actually finished building the entire board. JRSVT says, ooh, I really like that layout. JRSVT, we contact me on Discord. We need to meet up on Friday. Again, I have stuff for you from a mutual friend. It would be sick if they used a mounting style other than integrated plate. Yeah, that's true. I don't know if doing it as an integrated plate actually saves on the manufacturing costs. Does anyone with manufacturing experience know? Probably not. Yeah, this is an integrated plate board, so depending on what switches that you put on, it may feel really, really stiff. You'll see it doesn't... Looks like I can put foam closer to the top, but not so much on the bottom. The clearance here seems very, very minute. Alright, I don't know when I'll build this. I have a few customer builds in place. So whenever there's a lull, I guess, whenever there's a lull in the build streams, I will build this. I have like two other personal boards to build, so we should be good. We should be good. ID80, believe it or not, guys, I purchased this in February, and it only arrived this past week. Yeah, I will not be using these stabs, whatever they are. I think these might just be generic cherry stabs. Unclipped, hooray. Not be using them. Alright, let's see. What else did Merlin get? Hitman Choi! Thanks for joining in, man. Thanks for joining in as I unbox all the things I've received. You've heard they've been backlogged fulfilling the drop order. Cool. Alright, let's see. What else did I get? If some of you know, way back in September, I ran a group buy for a GMK set named GMK Merlin, which finally arrived to me this week. Good morning to you, Hitman Choi. GMK Merlin finally arrived. Check it out, guys. Oh no, my light is shining on the whiteness. Ah. So I see a couple more follows. Audio Apathy, D Sturk, Alpha 4512. Thanks, guys. Yeah, so guys, it finally came in. So you can see these are the novelties. Too much light. Let me lower that a bit. Ooh. Oh, that doesn't seem to help. Oh well. Yeah. Okay, so I've got the wizardhat novelty, got the summon key. If any of you have GMK Merlin, please be advised that pressing the summon key will not actually summon me. You've got the QMK logo. This is the first GMK set that has the QMK logo. Despite being a official QMK collaborator, I still needed to get permission for this. So basically, if any of you out there run your own sets and want QMK novelties like this, here, let's see, can I bring it up there? There we go, perfect, yeah. If you guys want QMK novelties like this, all you gotta do is ask. Yeah, see, so I've got the 1.25U, I've got 1U, the R1 1Us and all that. Yeah. And this is the base set. That. Just looking at the bandolier right now, I feel like maybe I should have moved my logo a little bit more, maybe like centered right there instead of all the way to the side. I can't remember why we moved it to the side. Maybe because my hat was too long. Speaking of hat being too long, so if you guys are looking here right now, like there we go. If you look this way on the screen here, let's see if I can do this right. There we go. If you look over there, I'm like perfectly framed, like my hat is fully visible. But when you look at my webcam only view, which is how I start this stream most days, it looks like this. See, it's like there's so much more room up here because I have to make room for this hat. Alright, I'm going to be unboxing this. I've already seen what this set looks like, just because people keep pinging me and making me jealous. But today will be the official unboxing of GMK Merlin by Merlin. Zark says, what's that? Hitman says, man, I love these keyboards, only if I didn't have to use a Korean keyboard. Dude, you guys have one of the biggest communities there. I can forward you a few links earlier. So guys, Hitman Choi is actually a very, very old friend of mine. I knew him back when I still lived in Taiwan, and we just recently reconnected. So it's cool. Merlinception says mod me lol. Merlin unboxes Merlin. I should like make a meme video of me jumping out of a box. There we go. Alright. Plastic's gone, and I just realized there is another piece of plastic on it. Okay. Oh my gosh. Alright. There was plastic wrapping the plastic. Not bad. Okay. Let's unbox this guy right there. I waited 10 months for this guy. It's not very green of you, Merlin. Hey, this is GMK's fault, not my fault. Alright, I got most of that glare off now. There we go. Woo! There we go. So for those of you seeing this set for the first time, it may look very familiar to you. It's because it's inspired primarily by Triumph Adler. And my other favorite set is actually GMK Nautilus. So one day I thought to myself, what would it look like if I made Triumph Adler Legends yellow? And that's what ended up happening with GMK Merlin. So I actually don't know what keyboard I'm putting this on yet. I'm thinking the TGR Jane, just because that's what most of the renders were, but we'll see, I have to do some keycap shuffling. But yeah, this turned out exactly the way that I envisioned it. It's one of the benefits of using all stock colors. You know? If you use all stock colors, you already know what the colors are. This is TU1 and N6. TU1, N6, and CP, the stock colors for GMK. So yeah, maybe later on we will put this on an actual keyboard, we'll see. Alright. Also, I guess, you guys have been staring at it the whole time. This set came in today as well. JTK Angel. Bought it from mechanicalkeyboards.com way in... I think they're in Tennessee, right? I think they're in Tennessee. Came with a whole bunch of stuff. Like all I needed was a 60% kit, but you've got your... You've got your Geek Hack, your I Love Geek Hack spacebar right there. What else do you have? You've got a pink one, pink variant. You've got one that has, I think those are flowers or some sort. Ghost quickly says board. This is just my reference board. This is a plain 60 PCB in a magenta tofu. It's funny, JTK still provides these for the co-star stabs. I don't know anyone who still uses co-star stabs. This is crazy. At one point they were considered the best, but after people started discovering that you could clip and lube cherry stabs, all just went away. That shipped in a bag? Yeah, it shipped in a bag in a small box. Unlike the stuff that ships from Z Frontier. But yeah, I like it. The story of why I made this board is long time ago. I built a reference board with a Poker 3 case. Also Gateron yellows, also aluminum plate. I used that a lot. Then one day while we were moving, actually, my wife saw it and was like, "Hey, Merlin," or she doesn't call me Merlin, she calls me Honey. "Honey, can I have that board?" And I'm like, "Yeah, sure, why not?" And she's been using it at work for the last 3 years. And because I no longer have a reference board, it's hard for me to take stuff that I build and compare it to this. So I eventually remade the reference board with common components such as a tofu case and an aluminum plate and Gateron yellows. Yeah, that's the story with that. I think it sounds pretty good actually. Here, let's do a quick typing test. Let's do a quick typing test. Is there a pink? Yep, there's a sakura. Here, let's do this. It's not quite the same pink, but it works. Maybe pause the music. Pause the music. There we go. Let's see. Let's see this. How fast can Merlin type on the reference board? (138) accuracy of 90%. Not bad, not bad. Boom. All right. Last but not the least, this is actually the package. Well, I was really excited about Merlin, but I kind of resigned myself to just, you know, look out for it when it's coming and not be too alarmed of like any delays. But this is what came. These are stabilizers. Stabilizers are basically what stabilize keys that are larger than 2U. So for example, a stabilizer would stabilize a space bar, your enter key, your backspace, and all that. And these are the newest sets from C3. If you guys remember, the very first edition of C3 stabs were not compatible with PBT, or they were not compatible with ePBT, in which, for example, if your space bar was ePBT and you press down on it, it would stay down. So yeah, that's crap. So hopefully the new ones work. Here, let's turn on the music again. Fantasy24, thanks for following. Audio Apathy, thanks for following. So back then, C3R1 actually came in boxes. Each one had its own stab, right? This time around, I thought packaging was garbage. I got all this. Crunched up together in a bubble mailer. So what I've done here right now, I've actually separated the colors. So I have a bag for black stabs. I have a bag for white stabs. So yeah, it's just all that stuff. Kangpa84 subscribed with Twitch Prime. Thank you so much, man. So yeah, we will actually test this out on something tonight. What that something is actually also the board we'll be porting. You guys can see the name of the stream. What is the name of the stream? I don't even know. I think it's something porting via port E8.5 or something. Here, let's start with the white ones. White ones look good. Alright. Oh, you guys can actually see the top of my hat now. Alright guys, so this is the exclusive E8.5 board that I've recently ported into QMK. It came in 2 hot swap variants, standard and Sangan, along with a fully solderable ones. I had some difficulty, but you guys can watch other streams about that. But this is my test board right now. It's running kale blueberries, which I do not actually really like. But they are good for a testing platform. So this is the board we'll be working on tonight, guys. Yeah, as I was saying, I do want to test out these stabs. Test out some stabs. Make sure that the EPBT actually works. Here, look, they came with screws as well, so you've got the housing, the stem, the screws, the wire, and as always, they also come with washers, which is pretty cool. Very nice. Alright, let's see if this lives up to the hype. Because if so, I will use these for probably all of my builds. Like right now, I use EPBT a lot, just for testing purposes, so I can't use the round ones. What are those gray sticker things with triangles? Gray sticker things with triangles. I don't know. Maybe they're just stickers. Urban Lime says, I arrived just in time. Really excited to see these stabs. I won't be able to get mine until I drop by my parents' place in a few weeks. You know what I think they are? I think this is for Band-Aid modding. Except instead of Band-Aid mod, it's an actual sticker. That's actually pretty cool. Cause the size of that sticker seems to be large enough to put in between the 2 holes. So yeah, that's probably what it's for. Very interesting. Okay, we are not going to be doing that quite yet because we are just testing if EPBT works. And I said there were wires. I'm not seeing wires. Well, crap, guys. Hold on. Did I make a mistake here? Hold on. Let me... I do not see any wires in my kit. Did you have to buy the stabilizer separately? You had to order stabilizer separately. Oh no. That's probably where I screwed up. Shoots. Okay, I have no wires, but I have a ton of R1 wires. I wonder if those work. Mistakes were made. Mistakes were made. Okay, I'm gonna reach out to TKC later and asked for wires. Shoot! I was like, oh, those were really cheap. I'll just buy a bunch of housings. Okay, that sucks. Okay. Does anyone know if the R1 wires are compatible with the R2s? Static Age says, oof. Yeah, I know. Oof. You know, because of that, I'm gonna have to pour myself another glass. Not that I'm done with my glass yet. Here, let me borrow a wire. Let me borrow a, this looks to be a 6.25. Got plenty of those. Just borrow a 6.25 U wire. It's a 7U versus 6.25. Let's try this out. Let's try this. Well, good thing I still have a bunch of Durox, otherwise I'll be pretty much done with builds. What's more important for stab quality, the housing or the wire? Both, actually. Nope. They are the same as R1s. They are all clipped. Let's try it out. Hello, is this the GMK Merlin Acquired Club? Yes, it is. The GMK Merlin Acquired Club is a rare set. A set that less than 300 people around the world have. There we go. This is completely unlubed. I'm just testing for like fitment and all that. Came out so well. Thank you, man. Glad you like it. Glad you like it. If you were following all the group buy fiasco, you know that it didn't quite start off well. I feel like lots of mistakes made, lots of lessons learned. Imagine stock colors looking good. Thank you. That means a lot. Here. Yeah, hopefully my GMK Gold Rush sets happen soon. If you guys want to see GMK Gold Rush happen, just do !GMK Gold Rush and it'll redirect you to the Geek Hack link. You can fill up the IC there, and if I could get a couple more hundred, if I could get a couple more hundred people just to fill that out, then maybe Project Keyboard 159 will be like, alright, I can run this set. I can make some money. Right, there goes. Really rattly for the time being. Let's see. This is... my camera shaking? Does it look like it's shaking? No. Here, I have a 7U, or sorry, a 6. No, go. With the stem is in the wrong spot. Shoots. Aha. Yellow spacebar. That will do the trick. There we go. Yellow spacebar. EPBT. Okay. So on round 1, once you press down on this, this would just stay down. There's no way around it. Alright guys, bear witness to a working spacebar. Sounds like it's working, right? Not seeing it catch on anything. Do that. Here, let's do this. Flexy, flexy, flexy. Yeah. Works as advertised. Perfect. That's what I like to hear. Awesome. All right. I just have to get a lot more stab wires because this sucks. You excited for yours right now? To be honest, because these are made of palm. They are palm on palm. So if you guys know anything about materials, like if you have two materials of the same type, they won't be as smooth against each other as like different materials. So I'm wondering if the next iteration of C3, I wonder if they could change the housing to be like, let's see, what's a popular one? What are JWKs made of? Nylon, right? Nylon? Maybe like a nylon housing and then a palm stem. Who knows? There we go. Oh, there we go. Doesn't sound too bad even unlubed. I know, right? Is that why creams feel so bad stock? Yes, it is. I am no material sciences engineer. So there was someone on the Top Clack Discord actually explained this to me very well. He seemed to know his stuff. So I took him for his word. I took him at his word. Alright, let's take this off and put this all away so I can then talk with TKC about buying some wires. Is that why creams feel so bad stock? Yeah, I'd say so. Can you read my name? Daysturk? I don't know how to pronounce it. Daysturk. I'll keep this in one piece, just so I know. How is it supposed to be pronounced? Alright guys, we have confirmed that the C3 stabs work. JRSVT says the tension is building. Alright, okay, let's see. What did I say we were going to do today? We are going to get this board into VIA, the exclusive E8.5. As far as I know, this board is still in production. I do think they are shipping in Let me see. Here, let's just look at the group by really quick. What is the latest update for the E8.5? Saw the prototype opening on, okay, so prototypes were out in April, not bad. And let's see what else. What's new here? Here's the updates for non-Discord. 10/4. Oh, wait, this must have been last year. Estimated delivery time July. Okay, we've got one more month left. So as soon as I can get this into VIA, and if Wilba et al. Will actually merge it by then we should be all good. All right. Okay. So Kubacek. Not sure if you're still online, but this is the part that you want to pay close attention to. See, I see an Eduardo Behair has subscribed. Thanks, man. Thank you for subscribing. I appreciate all of your support. Without any of you, this channel would not have gotten this far, as you guys can see. All right. Okay. Give me a moment here while I set up all of my programming stuff. Here. Yeah, let's do that. All right, I think this is good. Let's see if we can do this. Boom. All right. Okay. So you guys can see here, I have two screens opened up. The one on my left is Keyboard Layout Editor. The one on my right is basically just QMK Firmware GitHub. And as you can see, I have it open to keyboard/exclusive, in which we can see all of his boards. I did the firmware file not too long ago. You can watch this on YouTube or just here on Twitch. We want to have the E8.5 code pulled up, and specifically you want the .h file where all the layout macros live. Check this out. Say we have 3 layout macros. We have layout all, layout ANSI standard, and layout ANSI Sanguine. What we want to pay attention to is layout ANSI standard, specifically the top half. This top half right here, also known as the physical matrix. So yeah, let me just make things smaller. There we go. So we can see it all right there. Perfect. Okay. So typically when you do VIA support, you need to do the QMK firmware side. Here, let's just do it here. Why not? Let me show you all added in. To do the VIA side, you basically have to create a new key map called VIA. And within VIA, you need to have a key map that has 4 layers, or in this case 3 layers, because this board didn't have enough EEPROM space. Right? You needed to go to rules.mk and enable VIA with VIA enable, and just to save more space, I did have to disable console and command. And basically that's that. That's what you need for the firmware. That's all you need. In config.h, I have a limiter here, limiting our layers down to 3 instead of the usual 4. But yeah, watch my previous stream to see how I did all this. But here we go. This is specifically creating the VIA JSON file. So this is going to occur in a completely different repo, not the QMK firmware repo, but the VIA repo. This is run by a complete different set of people, mainly Wilbur and Olivia. In case you guys didn't know, VIA is named VIA because it is made by Olivia. So here we go. So what I have here is keyboard layout editor on the left over here. I have tried to make a TKL that best closely mimics what this looks like right here. So this is extremely helpful if you already have your code checked in, because you could just go to config.qmk or QMK configurator, look for your board like so, and do that. So you can see what it looks like and just match it up, right? Just match it up like that. So we are going to start with that. And you can see that there are a bunch of numbers here. You know, there's like two numbers per key. The first number in one key denotes the row, and the second number denotes the column. And where do we get all this information? From the physical matrix right here. So for example, you see K00, right? The same position has to be 00, and so forth and so on. You see that it goes to K08, K68, K67. Same thing here, 08, 68, 67, so forth and so forth, and so on. Then 65, 64, 63, 66, 62, 61, and you just keep going down. As you can see, I already have rows 0, 1, and 2 populated. I still have half the board to do, so we'll be doing that together. Hopefully I don't make any mistakes, because I am bound to make mistakes, especially while drinking. And for some reason my music stopped, so let's start that all over again. Here goes, here goes, here goes. Okay. 30 goes all the way to 38. 32, 33, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. Hey Zark, check row to column. Ha ha ha. Yeah. So if you guys want to do any VIA support for your boards, as you can see, there's not really much coding I'm doing. It's mainly just learning to look at the code, or learning where to look at the code. Okay, what's after 38? 98, 97, 95. 98, 97, 95. Xenophobia, who was on stream earlier, said he will soon integrate this into his tool so that I don't need to manually do this. Hopefully he'll do that soon. 93. Okay, next row. 42. 43. 4, 4, 6, 7, 8. Okay. 4, 3, 4, 4. 4, 5. 6. 7, 8. Yeah, lots of counting here, guys. Lots of counting. Next is A8. A is 10, because it's hex. Let's do that. 10, 8. 10, 7. 10, 5. 10, 4. I've already got 9-2 populated. Perfect. 5-0, 5-1. Oh, there we go. We are done. We're done. All right. So one other thing you want to do when you get into VIA, to make this compatible with VIA, is they want certain colors. For example, all your mods have to be a certain color, and they only use GMK Olivia. So I need to observe, how is GMK Olivia again? Where is that? What does the kit look like, so I can know how to pattern? Okay, so it's white and then dark. Perfect. Okay, all the nav keys are also dark. No problem. Cool. And accent keys have to be a different color as well. There we go. Looks good. There we go. So for the most part, we're done. Like, if we were only doing the hot swap PCB, which is one layout, we are almost done with the KLE portion of the VIA JSON. And we could leave it at that. But, as I said earlier, there are 3 PCBs. There's this one, the standard one, there's the Sangan one, and there's also the soldered one. So we want to make sure we accommodate all those layouts. Here we go. In order to do that, we have to create groups. So let's just, here. How do I explain this? We can do, there we go. The first group we want to do is the backspace group. Okay, there we go. Let's try our best to make it nice and clean, spaced out like that. Okay. So this group, the way to designate groups is to populate the bottom right of the legend. So in this case, it's also 2 numbers. The first number is going to be your group number. Since this is the first group, it's group 0. And the second number is the option number. Since this is the base layout, it's option 0. These guys up here, which are the split space, will still be part of the same group, so that's group 0, but it's option 1. So let's do 0, 1. And now we have to look back over here at this chart. The best place to look at this would be here, 7473. Make sure you do this correct, like so. Perfect, right there. Horse Thomas, thank you for following. All right, the next group that we want to do, Wilba has given me specific instructions about this. You want to number your groups top to bottom, left to right, as if you're reading English. Okay, the next group in this would be this key right here, ISO, enter, and all that. So let's add that. As much as I hate doing ISO, we just got to do it. There we go, like so. Let's move it over. There. Yeah, that's a good amount of space. All right. So this is the second group, guys. So we want to label it also in the bottom right as group 1. And since this is the base layout, ANSI is the base layout, ANSI will always be the base in the standard layout. Let's do option 0. And these guys right here, come on, let me select you. There we go. Will be still group 1, but option 1, like so. This is where it gets a little trickier because we have to figure out which key is what. So now we gotta pull out the multimeter again, just to be absolutely sure. And it's not this guy because this guy's just plain old hot swap. we want to do soldered, the soldered boy. It's going to be absolutely sure. Usually, from what I've seen, the ISO enter shares the same switch, like the same row and column as the ANSI enter. And I really hope that they did that. And that is the case. So we can do 9.3 right there. Awesome. Makes my job a whole lot easier. 9.3. Exactly the same as where the ANSI enter was. Next up is this key right there. This one's a lot easier because you can just look at the map right here. Let's see. Oh, interesting. That's a little... It says 8.3 right there. Let me look at how that looks in QMK Configurator. Okay. Something is a little off here, but hold on. Let's just double check. Okay. That key is going to be something completely different. Okay, let's figure this out. Let us figure out what that key is. It is the same column. Okay. To pull out a pin out really quick. Bit MXP has followed. Thank you so much, man. Okay, that guy is pin D5. Okay. Hold on. Let me just... It's column 4. Okay. Ah, okay. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The 6th pin. So that would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. What? Why is this so blurry all of a sudden? Here we go. Let's do this one. That's no better. A3. Okay. That's not right. Oh, it's F3. Okay, okay. Oh, it's F4, F4. F4 is 9. Oh, okay. All right, we got it. We got it. So that is 9-4. Makes sense. Come on, let me select you. 9-4. Okay. There we go. We're good. We're good. We can continue. We can continue through this. The next group that we want is going to be the left shift right here. Let's do this. Left shift would be 1.25 followed by 1 right there. That Shark Twitch says, what is your preferred weight for linears? What? My preferred weight for linears these days has been actually 70G bottom out, which is the weight for creams and the weight for Gateron inks and for regular Gateron blacks. Okay, so since this is the third group in our lineup, we want to set this to group 2, option 0. And the split shift will be group 2, option 1. And last, this guy, right shift will be another group. So many groups for this board, but that's fine. It's absolutely fine. Lately, just to save money, I've seen lots of PCBs are just completely Swiss cheese. But as long as your plate isn't too Swiss cheese, you should be fine. See, this guy's gonna be group 3, option 0. Group 3, option 1. And they would be, let's see, let's look back. Let's look back on this. This would be A4 and A3. 10-4 and 10-3. Perfect. All right. So this bottom row is actually the most complex because you can have multiple options here. What I like to do is copy and paste, like so. Let's see, the first one we want is going to be the Sangan layout right here. So 50, 51, 52, 56, 57, 54, 53. You can get rid of this guy. Let's increase the size of our spacebar to 7U. Let's make this guy 1U, 1U. Perfect. Bump up this guy to 1.5. Bump up this guy to 1.5. Same with this guy. And this guy. So now we have a Sangan layout. Okay. So this is where I need to look back at the group by and see what's happening here. We go back to the very first page. It should show you what layouts are available. Let's see, look at that. Win keyless is available. Let's do a win keyless. which is basically just this guy. Copy paste. Okay. So the way that you do a win keyless on VIA is that you click on the keys that you want to be gone, like so. So select them as a group, these two keys. And at the very bottom here where it says miscellaneous, click decal. Boom. All right, what else do we need here? More. Let's click on more. Look at all these beautiful photos. Or renders, actually. He did not actually list the available layouts. Uh-oh. That's fine. We should be good. Here, look at that. Alright. Yeah, that's fine. We're fine. So as I said, this is the fourth group, so we can actually select all of them right now. Set it to 4, 0. Oh. There we go, see? So the bottom row is group 4. The base one is option 0. Then it just goes option 1, option 2. And yeah. Looks like you're done with the KLE. Perfect. Next thing you want to do is basically just go to caniusevia.com. Basically, I've just been following everything in like can I use VIA here. If you go to the docs section, which is right there, you'll see that the VIA JSON is explained very clearly here. Your JSON needs to have a name property, like so, a vendor and product ID, like so, lighting, like so, a matrix, layouts defined, and once you have that, you should be good. Is VIA open source? VIA, the app itself, has not been open sourced, but the keyboard section, like where all these JSON files will go to, are all open source. All right, give me a moment while I set this up. So it's not possible to contribute functionality to the VIA app. It is currently not possible. But if you talk with Olivia or with Wilba, and you demonstrate, if you demonstrate a good sense of coding, and you're, I guess, persistent, you may be allowed to contribute. Who knows? I've never actually asked. Like, I know I have access to it. I know I have access to the old one at least, but I've never contributed myself. Yeah, basically I'm just in the keyboards repo, just updating my repo right now and creating a new branch. So let's call this feature / E8.5. Perfect. For those of you wondering, I do indeed use a Mac OS system, but it's not the real Mac OS. This is a Hackintosh, because I don't want to spend thousands of dollars on a piece of hardware that I can't upgrade myself. You know what I mean? All right, okay. I think I have this set up. Okay. I still have a reduced version of the KLE on my left, and I have VS Code on my right. So this is the keyboards repo in VIA, and the VIA space. So what you want to do here is go to source and look for the exclusive directory. There should already be one, like so. Oh, looks like only the E7v1 is in there. So what we're gonna do is, since this is code that I've written myself, I'm going to actually basically just copy it, copy paste, and just start from something that I am used to. Let's make sure we rename it E8.5 JSON, like so. E8.5. Make sure your vendor ID matches exactly what it is in QMK firmware. In this case, the vendor ID is correct. I know it because I did this myself. And the product ID is E801. Actually, just to make sure I don't screw that up. It's very likely that I forget these things, so I'm just gonna check real quick. E8.5 config.h says it is E851. Oh, yeah. Makes sense. 8.5 version 1, perfect. We want to set up the matrix here to match this. So that's 11 and 9, 11 rows, 9 columns, perfect. Okay, so this labels section here, this labels talks about all of the groups that you did. So as you can see, it's a little bit different each time. If you leave it like this, as a single string with quotes around this, this shows up in VIA as a toggle switch. So we want split backspace, and a user can toggle this. If you put it as an array like so, this will show up as a drop-down menu, in which the first item in that array will be the label. So it'll say enter key, drop down, and within the drop down you will have the option to choose ANSI and ISO. So here we go. We know that we also have split right shift options, so we'll put that in. And for the bottom row, what did we have for the bottom row? We had 3 options for the bottom row. So bottom row, we can do standard, Sanguine, followed by WKL, and we should be good. This next part here, this key map, you can actually delete the whole thing for the time being. You want to take, from bracket, very first bracket. This is JSON, so if you screw something up with the brackets, you will screw everything up. Delete that for now. Right, delete that for now. I'm gonna go back here. Click on the raw tab in KLE, and instead of copying the raw that you have here, click download JSON. Open that up. Take all that information, copy and paste it into the key map key, like so. Just like that. And you should be done. You should be done creating that VIA JSON. To make sure that you did this correct, of course, you want to open up VIA. You want to open up VIA. So let's open up VIA right now. Hello. Yeah, there we go. Let's do that. There we go. I am not running the latest VIA. This is still VIA 1.2.7. The latest one is 1.3.1. The reason why I'm running the older one is because I'm running this off of a cask. Casks, a homebrew Homebrew is basically like a package manager for Mac OS, so I don't need to actually go to GitHub and download all these things. I can just run a command on terminal and it'll update it for me. So what you want to do here is, if you don't have 4 tabs here, you want to first go to settings and make sure show design tabs is clicked, is toggled. See? You guys can see all the menus disappearing like that, right? Then you click on design and load draft definition. This is where you want to load. You want to navigate to that file that you just created. There you go, E8.5 If you did this correctly, you will get an image here that is very much similar to the base layout that you created here in KLE. So if not, it will complain, it will spit out errors and all that. So let's see if we did this correct. Boom, there we go. Good stuff, right? Next thing on the list is to actually click on configure. And if you plug in your board right now, here, let me plug in the board. If you plug in the board, let's see, can I do this? Can I do this properly? Okay. You know what? Actually, before we do that, let's see. Come on, browser. There we go. Okay. There we go. We got it. Here. Move my keyboard off to the side here. Just like that. I'm actually not sure which board I have completely programmed here. I think it's one of these boards, so let me just plug this in. Actually, you know what? Here, let's just pull out from here. Okay. I flashed VIA on this last week as part of my porting process. So once we plug it in, VIA should automatically detect it, if I did this correctly. So here goes. And VIA is not detecting it. VIA is not detecting it. I probably didn't flash it. So here, let's go flash it. Let's go flash it. Let's go flash it. Let's see, where is my cable? There we go. Let us flash it with a appropriate VIA enabled key map. That's all that. Okay, where's that button? Reset button, where are you? Oh wait, yeah, this one does not have the reset button soldered. Instead, it's got 2 pins that I need to short. So let's short it. Okay, it's been shorted. It's in bootloader mode now, and let's flash. It's compiling the firmware, and come on now. It is erasing flash and programming the flash, and boom. And what do you know? VIA detected it. Woo, woo, woo. Very cool. Very cool indeed. Yay. Okay. Let's see if I can even control this, guys. Let's see. Lighting. Let's do the lighting. It's always cool when I flip it like that. Let's pick blue. So I like blue. Wah, ha, 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 ha. There we go. Blue. Let's do snake. Snake is always the cooler one. Or let's do night. There we go. Night. Like so. Make it faster. We can also adjust brightness. That doesn't seem to work too well. Solid color. Let's just keep it solid color. Does brightness work now? No, the brightness doesn't seem to affect it. That's odd. Very odd. Cool. Another successful VIA port. Yay. So it's funny, I have so many PCBs that have been sent to me to like port, and occasionally, actually most times, the owners want the PCB back, and I you know, I don't mind. I don't want to keep a bunch of PCBs, but at this point I have, oh, underglow brightness, I see, yeah. At brightness slider is backlight, back press. Ah, okay. I see it now. There we go. There we go. That makes sense. You know, I should probably read English these days. But as I was saying, I have so many of these PCBs now that actually work. I've been thinking about like cutting plates for them, you know. Been cutting plates for them so that I can have an E8.5, I can have an E7 V1, but just not the fancy case that like people have. Who knows? Who knows? I may or may not do that. And yeah, cool. So here, let's give you a quick demonstration some more. We change our layout, see? So I was saying split backspace is a toggle key, which you can toggle like so. Enter key. You can select between ANSI and ISO. Split left shift. You can toggle that. Split right shift. Bottom row, you can do Sangan. You can do standard. Or you can do WKL, which now appropriately shows the blockers. Guma KB says hello. Hello. Thanks for joining in. And I see a couple more follows here. Fave Fran. Thanks for following. All right. Because it's another successful port, which I'm thankful for, because if it ended up like the QMK port, I would have been very sad. I'm going to pour another glass. Pour another glass. Olivia, since I have you on stream, I had a question earlier from Real Bgoat saying, is VIA open source? And he also said, so it's not possible to contribute functionality to the VIA app. As one of the lead developers, if not the lead developer, do you guys have any thoughts on making VIA open source? Or if people want to contribute to it, what is your policy? The super user force us seems like UX fail. No, it's not a UX fail. It's a reading fail. Reading fail. There we go. Go. I am quite happy with this result. This concludes my job for Mr. Exclusive. Cool. You know what? Hold on. Let me just plug that in again. I'm just gonna test the PCB out, make sure every switch works. Great. It's funny. Okay, so occasionally you will encounter this. Say, so you have VIA open, you have the board plugged in, but it's still searching for the device. That happens usually because of your USB port, but in my case, it's because this is still debug. This is still developing. You always need to load the file that you created. So if anyone ever gives you a file like that, you always need to load it. But here, I was just gonna do a key test just to make sure everything worked here. What are these keys? What were these keys? These keys were print, scroll, and pause. Guess they're not triggering for some odd reason. No, it's not working. It's probably because it's hot swap. Probably ruined the kale hot swaps at some point. Who knows? You should test Matrix, Mr. Merlin. Okay. Not even the space bar is working. What? Yeah, I think because this is a hot swap board, things might have crapped out. Let's see. Olivia says, current policy is that we welcome contributions and plan to open source it at a later point of time. The reader library portion, the website, the Pelpy, Plavit are all open source currently. Okay, any cool group buys going on? If you look at my stream this past Sunday, which actually should be on YouTube this morning. Should have been on YouTube this morning. I talk about all the upcoming group buys. You can also check out my Discord server. I have a running list of all ending group buys or of all current group buys. In terms of what's happening right now, let's see, keycaps, we have a ton of keycaps. We've got, what, this week alone, we have Infinity Aether, GMK Midnight Rainbow, Blue Samurai, Red Samurai, Boneyard. See, in terms of keyboards, we've got the Trivium, the Zeniths, the Velocifier, the Korn, and the KBD 8X Mark II. So there is quite a lot. Okay, let's see. Test Matrix. Boop. Okay. I've actually never tried this before. Oh, hold on. I want to see where is that show matrix? Okay, just to show you guys how crazy this board is mapped. that actually looks a lot worse than I imagined. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the E8.5. That is the craziest matrix. Here, just to give you guys an example of like a quote-unquote good-looking matrix. Hold on. No, actually, we can just load whatever. Let's see, what's a good-looking matrix? A good-looking matrix would probably be here. Let's look at the Heine Bush H87A. See, look at that. H87A looks very like straightforward, right? We can also do Let's see. I think, what was the most straightforward one? I actually think the 1-up keyboards were one of the more straightforward boards I've ever seen. Here, where are they? 1-up keyboards. There we go. Let's look at their 1-up 60 HSE. There we go. See? Look at this one. See, all of the rows and the columns match up to their physical rows and columns. Olivia says U80 would be good. All right, let's load up the U80. Who is the U80 under? Is it Martin what? No, it's not. It's not Martin what. Let's see. Is that under other? Really? It's Wilbur? I actually didn't know that. Wilbur. Here, let me grab that really quick. Wilbotech. I see it. See it right there. Okay, let's see how that matrix is done. There we go. Right, that is the RamaWorks U80A. See, that's also very thorough. But here, I am going to show you guys, like, personally, some of the Win keyless boards are the craziest that I've seen. Win keyless. I guess we don't have any of the Win keyless boards in here yet, but what is a recent bootmapper client board that I did that was crazy? Let's see if we can figure something out in Duck. Here, this is the Duck Eagle Viper V2. How does this look? That's the E8.5 again. Here we go. See, even the even the Duck Eagle Viper V2 is rather logical. Let's see, what? Trying to think of a board that's not logical, but it's been so long. Oh, I know what. Here, let's look in the other directory. I think key 65. Is the key 65 in there? All right, let's look at the key 65. Who makes the key 65? I should do DZ60. DZ60 I think was fairly straightforward. Here, yeah. Just look at the DZ60, just for kicks. DZ60. Okay, this is the DZ60 from KBD fans. See, that's pretty straightforward too. Right? Yeah, I think the E8.5 is possibly the worst right now. That's just... I don't know why. I don't know why it's like this. This is all over there. Imagine having to trace this. Which I did, by the way. I did this work. I figured this out. There. Let's go look at one more. It's gotta be in the other. Man. I'm having a hard time remembering what board was like terrible. Merlin is the hero we need. Like, I feel for the most part, all boards try to follow their physical layout. Their switch matrix tries to follow their physical layout. Maybe you should map the K-type. Oh god. See, lazy designers. I think the dimple, was it the dimple? Right, see, even that is fairly straightforward. Yeah, it's not too many boards are whack, which is a good thing. Oh, TGR, that's right, TGR. I think, was it the Tris? Okay, Tris looks fine. Even the Jane V2 is fine, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. Oh, except for this right half right there, it starts going all crazy. See that? It's all crazy right there. People know how to design PCBs these days. Yeah. People learn. People learn. Let's see. What's another percent? Ooh, the canoe. I think the canoe was a bad one. Canoe. Okay, canoe looks fine too. How do the Alice PCBs look? Good question. TGR Alice. Oh yeah. Zambumon's been bugging me about the TGR Alice. I should probably do that soon. But the Project KB stuff, Project KB Alice. Okay, sure. Oh wait, no, that's not it. There we go. That's really pretty too. Maybe the VIA team should create a VIA table, a coffee table book of keyboard matrices. Yeah, sure. It would be interesting. But yeah, you can just shame people with the bad matrices. Here, let's look at YMDK. Melody 96. How about that? Melody 96. This is the YMDK Melody 96. Also goes by the name of NYM 96, and it has showed up on Massdrop at least. I feel like I've seen it show up at least 3 times a year. But yeah, that's what the matrix looks like. Good luck fixing a trace if you ever desolder something bad. See what else? What else? Okay. Let's look at the YMD09. Okay, yeah, I guess it's hard to mess up a 3x3 board. Let's see what else. Let's go look at Yankar. Let's see what the NK65 is like. Yankar. Okay, yeah. Not bad. Yeah, for the most part, people make it neat. Like, keep in mind, making the matrix neat doesn't really make the product like operate faster or like anything. It's just nicer to look at. Man. Prime KB? I think the Prime KB has good stuff too. Okay, let's look at the Unicorn. It's been a very popular board recently. Unicorn. Still good, still good. Zark, if you're still online, let's look at the Luddite. It's your favorite board of all time. Okay, that's another bad one. The Luddite. Oh my word. You know, I feel like it's done this way because this does connect to a Pro Micro right? This does connect to a Pro Micro, so maybe it had to be traced this way. It's ugly, ugly as hell. Let's see. Let's look at the candy bar. The candy bar from TKC. Where you at? Pretty straightforward. Yeah, I think for the most part things look good. Oh, here we go. This is what I was thinking about. The Space 65. Let's see how bad or how good the Space 65 is. Since that's the board that people have been talking about. Space 65. Okay. Pretty good. How about the Think 6.5? Am I going to join the Maja? No, I'm not. I guess it's pronounced Maya. Hitman Troy says, time for lunch. I'll see you later, man. Yeah. Look at that. Look at that matrix. You guys, check this out. The Think 6.5 matrix is almost identical to the Space 6.5. Or to the Space 65. Except for that space bar. But everything else is identical. Olivia, I think it would be cool if instead of just only displaying the matrix, you would also list the pins used. I'm not sure if that's something you can pull, maybe just pull from the config file, but who knows. Actually, wait, no, this is based on the VIA JSON, right? So there's no way you would know what the pins were. Okay, never mind. Alright, one last board. I'm just so curious about this. Let's do... Who should we look at? What's a... ID80, yes, since I just unboxed an ID80. The ID80 looks like crap. Okay, yeah, that doesn't look good. At least the rows are all the same, but the columns are all over the place. Okay. Alright. Cool. So, not sure if you guys noticed, but pretty much all the boards that had a really crappy switch matrix were all from China. Make do what you will with that information. Alright guys, thank you for joining in on the stream. It's 9:15 p.m. Tuesday evening. Abjit says rude. Yeah, if you guys have been watching me for the longest time, you might notice that my view is a little bit different. I now have a top-down camera. It's much easier for me to showcase boards and all that. I'm already noticing that it's easy to do, so I am very, very happy with that. Yeah. So hopefully this will work. One thing I did have to sacrifice by doing this is while I had it on my tripod, I could actually clip a fan to my tripod and cool the camera down. Now it's like much higher up. I don't think I can clip a fan on it anymore, so we'll see. Maybe it will turn off. Maybe not. Who knows? Not sure actually. Yeah. We'll see. I guess we'll find out this Saturday when I'm actually building something and the stream lasts more than 2 hours. See, a little piece says VIA with vermouth. Typing test with tequila. Oh gosh. Dude, I'm not trying to like get drunk here. I'm trying to get work done, right? Soldering with Sambuca. Oh boy. Yeah. Alright guys, let's see. My next stream should be this coming Thursday. What am I doing on Thursday? I will be swapping key sets around and just talking about group buys, I guess, and stuff that I want but can't quite afford at the moment. So tune in this coming Thursday, same time, same place, 7:30 p.m. PST, and I will be going through my boards as I swap key sets around now that I finally have GMK Merlin and other key sets. So yeah, hope you guys have a good rest of your week, and I will catch you this Thursday. Goodbye, guys.